Welcome all in the next tutorial. Hope till now everyone, those who are viewing this video, is little bit expert in programming and started doing programming. So moving to the next step, today we'll discuss about flow of control. That is the very basic chapter of programming in any language, not only in Python. Whereas flow of control is the heart of the programming. It is an initial topic or the basic topic, but very important for programming. If you are going to become a programmer, you need to know how to play with these tools of flow of control. As the name flow of control means controlling from one part of the program to the another part of programming. There are various kinds of statement in programming, such as sequential, conditional, and iteration. So one by one we will discuss about all these kinds of statement. And I'll let you know how flow of control is very important for our programming. In any set of coding or segment of coding, flow normally moves from top to bottom, and that is sequentially. But if we want to change the flow of the statement, then we have to use the topic flow of control, which is a tool in the hand of programmer, and it is up to the programmer how beautifully the programmer is using those tools. So let's start. First is sequential statement. Sequential statement, maybe till now you have written many programs which are sequentially executing, means one step after the another. One step followed by another. Normal sequential means no step is excluded. All steps are one by one getting executed. Whereas in conditional statement, statements will be executed condition wise. So perhaps at times some statements are getting executed, some may not. But in sequential, all steps will be executed. But in conditional statement, few steps based on the condition may get executed, few may not. That is everything depending upon the condition. We will see the example later on of all these statements. So example of second one, that is conditional statement, is if-else statement. This is in context to Python programming language we are discussing. The next type of statement is iteration, which is also known as looping. If any steps to be repeated n number of times, do we need to write it manually? No. Do we need to copy and paste? No. We are not using the text editors, we are using programming language. So if we wish to repeat any of the statement n number of times, and that too based on the condition, because n times means how long that statement will be repeated. That will be depending upon the condition that a programmer will give, the condition till the loop or the iteration will go. In Python, the example of iteration is for loop and while loop. The repetition is known as iteration or looping. Let's see the examples practically. So first I will start with conditional statement. Within that, I'll be explaining sequential statement also. when we write the simple code and then just printing few messages or any steps to be executed, a is equal to x plus 10, and then again I am printing. This is just a random example, nothing specific, and then printing a. These are the example of sequential statement where one by one, the first one I think you can understand, this is comment line, or we can say non-executable statement in Python. For us to understand, and those who will see the code will understand. And this is the help of print which is coming, which gradually you will understand how to use this, and they are very helpful. So the line number 2, 3, 4, 5, these are occurring sequentially. So when we'll run, first this will execute line number 2, then line number 3, then line number 4, then line number 5. So that's why they are called sequential statement. So now a small example of conditional statement. I'll erase this. X equal to 10 if, and then else if, otherwise. These are the situations, these are the conditions we apply in our real life also. Say for example, if it is raining, don't go outside to play. Otherwise, sit at home. So these kind of situations, when you go to library, if this author's book is not available, take the if this is not available, if this is not available, then take another book. So we have various situations in every day-to-day life where we are facing these types of conditions, and otherwise means we have other option also. So this kind of same thing we'll do here. Based on the condition, statements will get executed. So they are called conditional statement. If x's value is greater than 20, so see the syntax carefully here. If is a keyword, then a condition. Condition means which will give true or false. So after if, we always apply condition and then colon. Colon signifies that whatever we are going to write next is continuity of what we have written in line number 3 right now. So if condition, if this is the condition, then what? Then what we are going to write after colon. You can write in same line, but for better formation we write in next line. You press enter, automatically you will get a gap. Cursor is blinking not from the edge of the screen line or the line, margin line, what you can see here. Cursor is not blinking there. Cursor is blinking little far away, just below the greater than symbol. So this is called indentation. In Python, indentation is very important because with that indentation also, or with that indentation only, the statements are being identified. So a simple if condition, if and then a condition. Condition means which gives true or false. Then a simple, very simple statement, hi. So if x's value is greater than 20, then a statement will be printed as hi. And if x's value is not greater than 20, then what I have not written. So this also I can do. With if can work without otherwise, without else. So I am not specifying. At many times we also face this kind of situation in our real life also. As I have told you that at many times otherwise choice we don't get. If the movie is released, we'll go for watching it. Otherwise, nothing is specified. So same way, here if x is more than 20, then print high. Otherwise, nothing is specified. So this is possible. And x's value here I have supplied 10, that is constant. We can supply it from keyboard also. As you know, this formation I am writing with input statement. So x's value is we are taking from keyboard and then checking the condition. So this will print high if x's value will be more than 20. So this is simple if condition. Now we'll continue to the further. If you would like me to run this, I'll be running and we can see the outcome. But before we have to save this. After saving, we'll run this module by pressing F5 or the option. Enter the value. I'm entering 67. Pressing enter, it is printing high. And now if next time, second time I'm running and then I'm entering any other value which is 6, then it is not printing anything. The reason you may have understood that valued based on value. When I entered 6, 6 is not greater than 20, so high was not printed. Otherwise, high was printed. Now, continuing this, so simply if statement also you can work. Continuing this, I'll be writing else statement. If I want else and then colon. Now, if x's value is more than 20, then I want to print high, or it's a related message. If I'm printing, I'll be writing it's more than 20. Otherwise, I'll print, this is also indented. Else, after else, you cannot write from the wall of the margin. You have to give little indentation. So that is important. Otherwise, that won't get executed or meaning will be different. It's less than 20. So relevant message. Now, typographic error. Now this time we'll be running. And first we have to save it. Now enter the value 78. It's more than 20. And second time we'll run after closing the screen. Again, second time we are running. Now we'll be entering the smaller value. It's less than 20. So perfectly it is coming. When we are executing or testing any program, every situation we need to test. As in front of you, I have tested 2 situations, which was more than 20 and less than 20. So I have tested in every way. But one more thing, what happens if x's value is equivalent to 20? So if 20 is 20 greater than 20, if suppose x's value is 20, is 20 greater than 20? No. So it will go to else part. So this way we have to test with different values, not only with one value. So I have tested the if part also, I have tested the else part also, it's working perfectly. So this is the concept of simple if else in Python. The syntax you need to remember is colon to be given after the condition. If, then condition, colon, and else colon. Never, sometimes students provide condition with else also. That is not correct. Dear students, that after else, we never provide condition. So else to be kept blank. And one more thing, if can survive alone without else, but else cannot be there or it cannot survive without if. So if is compulsory. So if alone can work, but else alone cannot work. It is always dependent on if. So whenever we will be writing if, first we have to consider the if of that else. Here I have written one program to check whether the number is even or odd. A very simple concept. A number is even if it is divisible by 2, otherwise not. So in line number 2, first line is a non-executable documentation section. Second line, taken input. Third statement, the number mod, this is the modulus operator. Modulus operator gives the remainder. So divided by 2, if the remainder is equivalent to 0, then the number is even, otherwise the number is odd. A simple code which can be understood easily. Even this can be written in another one program, can be written in different ways by the different programmers. But we have to see that technically that should be correct, logically correct, and which should be not lengthy coding or the less variables we should try to use. To understand it in a simple way, I am taking another variable, and before to that I am writing rem equal to x mod 2. So what is happening here? The same thing as I wrote previously, but here the value, the remainder is getting stored in rem, and then rem is being compared whether it is equivalent to 0 or not. So in the previous code, I didn't took the extra variable. So we try to take less variable so that it will occupy less memory. The program when executes, it occupies memory for variables like x, rem. So we try with less memory allocation, the program should run. Hope this program is clear to you. You can write by yourself another program, few small programs like write a program to accept a number and check whether that is positive or negative. Few exercise questions, just warm-up questions. These are very basic questions asked in programming. The list is endless. It can be n number of questions. So few program I am going to discuss with you. Write a program to check whether the number is even or odd, which we have already discussed, and rest you have to do with the base or framework which I have discussed in first. Number is even or odd. Based on that format, if you see that format, you can do further these 4 programs. The second is whether the number is positive or negative. So whatever the concept, you have to apply or mathematical concepts over here. Computer science is based on mathematics. So all mathematics concept will be applied here, nothing else. And as you have the knowledge of operators by this time, only operators are there. And the tool is I'm giving in your hand, that is if tool. So that tool is very helpful. Now it's the time to play with that tool. So various tools later on also I'll be providing you which tool is best at which situation, that you have to decide being a programmer, because you are going to be programmer. So you have to decide which tool is best and then pick the best tool and do it. Move ahead. As in your 2-wheeler, 4-wheeler, there is a toolbox. So the work of wrench, plier, or the screwdriver, every tool is having its own work. So once it will be told to you what is the work of wrench, what is the work of plier, what is the work of screwdriver. Once it is told to you, after that no one tells you again and again. After that you have to pick the best tool at the best, or the based on situation you have to pick the best tool and then move ahead or act using that tool. Same here. In the third one, check whether you have to accept here two numbers, not one number, two numbers, and check which one is larger. The fourth one, that is whether the entered number is positive or no, divisible by 20 or not. Divisibility rule. Divisible by 20 or not. The last one, whether the entered year is leap or not. Right now, I'm telling you to prepare a simple programming of leap year. Later on, in the higher stage of if else, we can have more, because there are some exceptional years. Though they are divisible by, yes, exactly what you are thinking is correct. For leap year, we take the base of 4 if the year is divisible by 4. But some years are there, they are divisible by 4, but they are not leap year. So they are said as exceptional cases. So for those exceptional cases, I am not telling. This time, I'm giving you a simple program. Enter a year and check whether it is leap or not, exactly with the concept of 4. If the year is divisible by 4, it is leap, otherwise no. So very simple concept of programming. So hope this part is clear to you. Main thing, you have to practice, and then only the perfection will come, because next we are going to deal with the higher programming based on if else. So first you have to clear up with the basics, and then we'll move to the another segment of if else. Before I end up this session, some information for you regarding Python, which you can read and see on the screen. Person's name you may be knowing earlier, but the pic many might have seen. Mr. Rosam, many may not. So just this is for your information, and I want to see some smile on your faces. So just a next clipping for you. I think the picture is very clear to understand, or what the picture is trying to explain. The importance of Python, or the benefit of Python, or superiority of Python. Further you can see on pic. Thank you. Have a nice time ahead, and keep smiling like this as you are now, and give your feedback about this tutorial. Thank you.